Yep, we're starting with
I
that.
got 2 sweaters. Tony gave me 2 sweaters. I got 2 sweaters.
What is this
I got a
from?
pair of pants the other night from.
What is this from?
It's Mike Epps stand up, man.
okay.
He's so hilarious to me.
is
He's
funny.
probably one of my favorite
He
comedians.
is funny.
honestly.
Mike is funny.
But yeah, it's from this one called I think it's Faded and X-Rated or something like that. One of the best stand-ups I've ever seen. Generally speaking, or genuinely speaking, I should say. But I guess I can jump into the intro. Peace and blessings, kings and queens. My name is Jaquan Davis.
And I am Nicholas Fletcher.
And you are now tuned in to another episode of Did you pee on me? You are now tuned into another episode of the Young Old Heads podcast, the hip-hop centric, hip-hop adjacent
Yeah, I think we're getting a little bit more.
podcast where we talk about a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing. So, first on the docket today, what are we going to discuss, Mr. Fletcher?
First off, how was your week?
My week was good, man. Things have turned around at work, complete 180. I actually got to work some overtime this week, and it looks like this summer is going to be really busy for us, man. So I'm very grateful for that.
That's dope. Good. Nice. Nick, how was your week?
Oh,
How's it feel?
and shut up. Also, my son started baseball this week. He had his first 2 games, so that was fun to watch him to do that. But how was your week, Dickolas Fletcher?
Wow.
Yeah,
Couldn't even come up with a funnier last name.
Dickolas Catcher.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Decent. That's pretty decent. That's actually more. But anyway, I had a pretty good week. Work was good. Just generally a pretty good week. And then today.
Resident Evil came out.
Yes,
yeah,
Resident Evil
you were
came
happy
out.
about that.
Yes. So I'm pretty excited. I've been playing Resident Evil on my new PC. Everybody, I'm really excited. I'm first time as a gamer.
He's got a really dope setup too.
Yeah, as a gamer, everybody talks about. Well, a lot of people talk about PC being like the master race. It's like the top of the tops for gaming, and I just never had one. And trying to get a PS5 is equivalent to trying to find like a needle in a haystack at this point. So
I figured the best time would be probably about another year or so.
Oh yeah, and which sucks because the console's been out for I think over 6 months at this point.
Yeah, easy.
And I like a hardcore gamer such as myself can't get a hold of one. So, and that's not with lack of trying, by the way. I'm trying. I'm getting updates when they go live for pre-sales, and they're selling out within seconds. Jeez. So I decided to get a PC. So I've been playing on my new PC. So I'm a PC guy now, everybody.
A lot of people are doing what they're doing with those PS5s selling out so fast. They're having bots buy them up, and then they're upselling the hell out of them.
Scalpers, yeah. I almost was the guy who bought one. So I think they're selling it retail for around $600. Yeah. I almost bought one for $1,000, and I'm glad I didn't. But I was so close. But in hindsight, now I would have probably done it and looked back because, mind you, that would have been a Gen 1 PS5, which. The first wave of all the consoles gets upgraded on within a relative time, you know.
Yeah,
They'll
that's
eventually
true.
come out to the PS5 Max, Slim, Pro, whatever.
PS5, yeah.
Yeah, so I would have been real disappointed in the future if I was like, man, I paid an extra $400 or $500 for this.
And all I had to do was be a little more patient.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
Well, I wanted to play Resident Evil 8 so bad. I'm that guy, bro. I'm so the certain games I love, Pokemon and Resident Evil are 2 of them. That I will buy a console for.
Yeah.
So,
I think Mortal Kombat may be the only game like that for me.
Really?
Yeah, there's not too many, there's other games I'll get excited for, but Mortal Kombat's the only thing I need to play on release day.
My two main ones are Resident Evil and Pokemon. Everything else I can be pretty patient with. But yeah, so.
And then, today's been a cool day. Me and Nicholas here have been spending time together.
Outside of the podcast, James finally warmed up to me.
I don't like him that much.
You guys understand, on the podcast, we seem like we're friends, but outside of the podcast, he treats me like I'm just some nobody.
Yeah, he's beneath me. But no, today we actually got to go work out together and just been kicking it. And Nick introduced me to some vegan chicken nuggets and popcorn chicken. The popcorn chicken was meh, but them nuggets, nuggets about the air fryer, they were delicious. I liked them.
And also the fruit leathers. We gotta talk about.
Fruit leathers. People, get in the comment sections and let me know if you ever heard of a damn fruit leather. They're good, though. I will say they're delicious. I tried the apple one and the raspberry one. They were both delectable, but I was just taken aback, like fruit leather.
I just loved your reaction because you saw me open the cupboard and was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, fruit leather." And admittedly, I said it as if it was just common knowledge.
Yeah, just casually threw it out there.
Fruit leather.
Oh, just a fruit leather.
Which, in hindsight, for like food, that's a weird.
Fruit
leather. Yeah, like leather is like a weird thing to.
I should have called it fruit jerky. Yeah, it's almost like
I would have been better, but fruit
jerky. No, it's delicious though. So into our topics for the day.
So first on the docket, J. Cole is about to drop a new album. I think.
I think it's at May 24th. I believe.
No, it's before that. It's like It's I think the 14th.
Is it the 4th? It might be the 4th. I thought it was the 24th. Whatever. No, but soon. This month he's dropping a new album.
So he's dropping a new album. He dropped a song the other day, the interlude.
Yes.
And it's a short little song.
It is. It's only
like 2 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 2 minutes.
So what are your thoughts? We just listened to it. So actually, at the third time through, I think.
Your third time, my second. Okay, so because he listened to it without me. People.
As if I was supposed to.
And he's supposed to be a friend. Friend. No, I thought it was phenomenal, bro. It's the production is fire. I love that type of soulful beat with like a dope sample in the background. I really enjoy those type of beats, and then he's just flowing. He's kind of doing that newer melodic flow, but then he kind of switches it up. Yeah. So he was going in, and then that last line, man, about Nipsey Hussle and Pimp C was just fire to me. It's something simple, but something that probably didn't cross your mind. So it's
Jesus went to heaven at the age of 33. So did Pimp C, and so did Nipsey. Yeah,
I thought that was so fire, bro.
Line. What I will say about J. Cole in this, his span, I would say pretty much his entire career, which we have discussed as personally, solidified.
Yeah, absolutely. He is amongst the greats, man.
Yeah, he is phenomenal, but he is exceptionally good at conscious flex.
Yes.
So most of his musics, but have like a positive message, or even if it's not positive, but a story, some kind of like, but
a positive overtone.
Yeah, but he still manages to like flex on it, like almost like a little reminder to MCs, like I'm still.
I'm good at this. Right? I'm real good at this.
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite things is that he still like flexes on rappers while being very conscious and articulate, and bro, and that dude is just something else. Like listen to that song again for the third time, bro. Like. And even the third, I think I enjoyed it the most this most recent listen through, just because I had already heard it, and just was like really focused, and I wasn't paying. I could focus on instead of like focusing on like everything at once. I could like focus more on his verse, and it just kind of blended well together. So
Absolutely, man. I think it was dope. His last album, KOD. I don't know if you listened to that one. It was a solid album. It wasn't my favorite of his projects, but it was a solid album.
My favorite album from him is Forest Hills.
That one's really good, but I think for me, it's For Your Eyes Only.
That's a good album too. That's a beautiful album. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm excited, man. We'll probably do a little run through of his album and kind of talk about it in a separate video from the podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've listened to J. Cole's new song, get in the comment sections. Let us know what you think of it and how you feel.
And if you haven't listened, go listen.
Yeah, go listen. It's called Interlude.
Go check it out. Also, before we quickly continue, we should also mention that the episodes have been an hour long previously.
Sometimes.
More than that.
An hour plus.
We try to stick to an hour, but going forward, we build a fan base and a following and people who enjoy listening to us. Today is the first time we're cutting down to half an hour.
30 minutes.
Yeah, more concise episodes. Just see how it goes.
Yeah, just kind of see how it goes. And, I think some of the people who I know who have listened, they've said, like, they tried to listen, but, after like 20, 30 minutes or so, they'll just kind of move on.
Yeah. And I don't think it's people's lack of wanting to listen, but an hour, like dedicating an entire hour out of a busy day, unless you have a job.
Yeah, or you listen to it while you work out, or you got to drive or something,
So half an hour for now, and if you guys have any thoughts on that, do let us know.
Absolutely.
Because, mind you, we are very fluid and open for suggestions.
Absolutely.
If you have a podcast you love and they have a formula you think is brilliant, like
let us know.
Yeah,
we're absolutely just kind of adjusting, tweaking things, and figuring out what's going to work best for us. So
all right. So second up on the docket, we're going to talk about is things you have a very low tolerance for.
Bad smells, bro.
That's
I
fair.
can't do bad smells. Like at work, one of my coworkers will use the bathroom and like they wreck it. This
Just
one guy,
destroy it.
he's just like it's unbearable after he goes in there, and I just get like instantly upset. Like the smell hits my nasal passages, and I'm just mad.
Yeah,
Like,
that is gross. Yeah. How dare you?
rage! Oh, what the fuck? You know, so I think bad
You know what you
smells
should
are.
do? You should get him for Christmas or his birthday.
What?
Get him that poopery stuff.
Oh
And
gosh.
spray it in the toilet bowl.
Yeah, I probably should, huh? Yeah, it's something, or maybe the chlorophyll drops that are supposed to deodorize your
deodorize,
insides.
yeah.
Yeah, so maybe
Make
something
your
like
farts
that.
smell like cinnamon rolls.
But it's awful, bro. That's one thing. Like it's something that can change my mood fast. Is a horrible smell.
Yeah, no, same. Very much. Even driving. And like right now, they're doing all the road work here locally, and they lay that tar down, and it's just that thick, heavy smell, that tar smell.
That one doesn't bother
Really?
me.
That one, that grosses me out. Or like sewage smell while you're driving.
Sewage is rough.
You'll pass
Yeah,
and
sewage is
you'll be
very
like
rough.
listening to a song, vibing out, and just like, ugh,
Yeah,
like, offended my senses.
The worst of the worst, body odors. Body odor, somebody just funky as hell. Ugh.
And the level of like obvious lack of care.
Yeah.
Like not just a natural like, oh, this way, like somebody who's you were like, you obviously don't take care of
Exactly.
yourself.
Like it's one thing if we just got done working out and you smell bad, but like there was I working out at the Civic, I would always see this one guy come in there. He would come in stinking. And I'm like, bro, you haven't even like you just got
You
here.
showed up
What-
stinking. Might as well kill two birds with one stone.
This is there one time somebody smelled like I can't. This is the only way I can describe the way that person smelled. Salmon and hot sauce. Nick.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah,
That's
it
a
smelled
terrible combo.
It is bad. It is
Ew.
bad. And it's almost like they tried to put a little bit of Old Spice over
Yo,
top of it. So,
bro, I'm so glad you brought that up because I know people who, and again, not to bash on anybody, but just random people throughout my life who had poor hygiene.
Yeah.
And obviously, like that just became like a personality trait of theirs. They just were known for having poor hygiene, and to mask it, would spray on like a bunch of cologne,
Axe,
or like perfume or Axe or body spray. And at that point, it's like, bro, now you smell like shit in roses. Like,
Yeah.
like you smell like somebody farted on a rose. Like it don't smell good.
Gosh, no, that's awful. I just don't get it, man. I mean, everybody's different, but for me, like, I almost feel like right now I need to shower because we worked out and I just came straight over here. But I need to shower, and it's just like there's a sense of discomfort, kinda, because I'm like, I'm not clean. I haven't bathed today, so I don't understand how how some people don't have that part of their personality. I stink.
Well, I think there's a difference too between like not even particularly bathing every day, but also just flat out poor hygiene.
Yeah, like looking at it like well, no, you're right. I feel like some people just look at bathing as a chore.
Well, and outside, like, so teeth are a big one for me.
Yeah.
Is because I genetically just have poor teeth, which frustrates me. I wish I had when I went to the dentist, they explained it to me. I have some really thin enamel, and and it just sucks. So
I wish you had teeth like what's his name, Chip Skylark?
Yeah. So like for
My
me,
shiny teeth.
I brush my teeth multiple times a day, and I have like little floss sticks that I have, and like just everything.
Yeah.
So I try to take really good care of them, and I'm talking about like when you see the people who they're like you can see the plaque build up on their teeth and like just bad like.
Gross.
And here my thought is. It happens. I don't want to bash anybody who has like maybe is in that situation, but it's always been strange to me that somebody hasn't like looked in like when they leave their house and they look in the mirror and they're just like they're just like
that's fine.
Like I just don't brush my teeth.
It's one thing if because some of us have crooked teeth, whatever. Like as long as you take care of them, Like, but it's rough when they're just nasty and neglected.
Yeah.
You know what that made me think?
And there's a difference between somebody who genetically doesn't have nice teeth and somebody who obviously doesn't take care of their teeth.
So I think we could throw bad breath in there with bad smells as well, for sure. Yeah. One thing you just made me think of, I have a low tolerance for. This is personally myself. So I keep some of those floss picks like you're just talking about and toothpicks because I cannot handle food between my
Oh,
teeth,
me
bro.
either, bro.
It is so uncomfortable. Oh, I instantly have to, like, right after the meal,
Me
I
too.
have to floss.
Worst thing for me is going to the movies and popcorn.
Oh,
And
gosh.
like beginning of the movie, like credits are rolling, or not credits, the trailers are rolling,
Yeah.
whatever, and you eat popcorn, it gets lodged in your tooth, and
Yeah.
it's the worst. I'm the guy. I take my straw out of my soda and I'll like bend it and or like
You
press
gotta,
it down, try to get
whatever
it drives
works,
me
man.
nuts.
That is not a comfortable feeling. I hate it.
Yes. One for me. This is a huge one. We're all guilty of it, but it comes there. You know, it comes in like there's levels to this shit. Hypocrites.
Yeah.
I have a low tolerance for hypocrites. Now, granted, we're all hypocritical in some margin.
Right.
You know, we just are. It's human nature.
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
everybody has their own like, perspective and just their
Perspective.
Own, so, but where
Oh, go ahead.
where the hypocrisy like super bothers me, and I don't even care. I'll give this is the example I'll give because it's one that like probably more recently had really bothered me, and just in the sense of I'm like, yo, like think about what you're saying here. But when a lot of people were, and regardless how anybody feels about either of these men, but we're talking about Joe Biden being like, oh, he's a pervert and he like smells kids and whatever and stuff.
Yeah.
So that is what it is. But then these are the same people who absolutely love like Trump.
Yeah.
And again, I don't care how you feel about either of these people, but then Trump's a guy who literally a quote from him was, if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Yeah.
His daughter. So it's just ironic to me that I'm like, yo, you support the guy who literally made a comment about dating his daughter, but the other guy's a creep. And it bothered me.
I get that. And also, I thought it was weird how people like who supported Trump were talking about how old Joe Biden was.
Yeah.
Joe Biden's like 78. Trump's like 74.
Yeah,
So it's like,
literally. Yeah.
Like, what
exactly.
That 4 years? What
exactly.
is that going to do? Yeah, man. I think it's crazy how so many people have suddenly become these top tier political analysts.
Yeah.
But we won't get into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely one. I agree with that one. And I think I have a low tolerance for people who just lie, just to lie.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
I just don't understand. Like, I mean, in
some
some
to no
scenarios,
avail. Like if you're gonna lie, there might as well be an end game.
exactly. Or if in certain scenarios, I get if maybe you're ashamed of something, or maybe if you tell the truth, it's gonna like ruin people's lives.
Like when people ask if you
to a
friends,
degree,
and I lie about it. I'm like, well, no.
It already ruined my life. I lost my job that summer because
of me.
No, but yeah, so I do think there is a time and a place to maybe withhold the truth and stuff, but just to lie just with absolutely no gain and oh, you never heard in such and such? Yeah, I heard of such and such. Oh, what year did it come out or who's in it or whatever?
Yeah. What's your favorite song?
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Like it's crazy to me, man.
Yeah, no, I've always thought that, especially people who will so here's one that I thought was hilarious. This is a good example. Won't give any names, but I've seen it more than once. But like a post where somebody will share something of it'll like be a picture of their like 3-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, today I was getting ready for work and I told my like 3-year-old that I was going to miss them and I'm sorry I wasn't home a lot. And they looked me in the eye and they said, it's okay. I love you so much and you're working hard for this family.
And you're ensuring I have a great future.
Yeah, literally.
Mother.
And then you read it and you're like, yo, your 3-year-old didn't say that. Like, come on now. Like 3-year-olds already say cute shit. Like, you want to make up like this like this Shakespearean like monologue that your 3-year-old
there's a whole
you.
subreddit with that. There's 2 of them you can find. There's r/quit your bullshit and r/that happened. That would probably be under the that happened.
I was just like, he didn't say that. Come on.
But yeah, like it's like, come on, he's 3. Like he's not gonna. So.
Yeah. And so I think that's funny. Another one I have, big pet peeve, is stubbornness.
Okay.
So stubbornness, and I'm gonna call her out for it. I love my wife to death, but that's one, like we rarely fight, my wife and I. We have a great relationship, and she knows she is, but she's stubborn. In the context of, like, so she'll want, like, we'll bring up the age-old tale of picking somewhere to eat.
Oh,
yeah. So something
cliche.
like that, and it'll be a scenario where she's like, "What do you want to eat?" And I'll ask her. I'm like, "What do you want to eat?" And she'll say, "You decide." And I'll be like, "How about Taco Bell?" I don't like Taco Bell. How about Burger King? There's nothing good at Burger King. How about like, Subway. I don't like Subway sandwiches. So then finally, I'm like, okay, then you pick. And she's like, well, I don't know. Then I'm like, all right, like I don't know what to do. And she's like, well, let's just do Taco Bell. So I drive to Taco Bell, get in the drive-thru, and I'm like, what do you want? She's like, oh, I'm not gonna eat. I don't like Taco Bell. It'll drive me nuts. And I'm like, yo, you told me to pick, turn down my options, then you chose one of my options and was like, oh no, I don't want to eat this.
That's when you got to throw her out the window.
I've tried. She
came back.
I'll kick her out. I'll do the thing where I'm like, hey, like run inside real quick and grab that thing, and I'll just leave. And like hours later, she shows up back in my house.
All tired.
Just panting, knocking on the door. You forgot me again, and I'm like, oh, baby.
Oh no,
I did.
Dang.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think something I can relate to in that same vein is so at work we basically. My crew at my job, there's only a few of us right now. It's like 6 of us. And sometimes we work together on rail cars. Well, there's this one guy, I work with him on a rail car, and I'll be like, all right, man, so how do you want to do this? What do you want to do? I do this, you do that. How do you want to do it? He's like, oh, it don't really matter to me. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, cool. I'm going to do this, so you do whatever. And then like he'll have an attitude because he's not doing it.
That's exactly it. The stubbornness.
Bro,
it's like you gave me the choice.
That guy's weird too. I will say this real quick. This is another low tolerance for me. Oh, I just stumbled into something else that bothers me. People who don't know that their butt crack is exposed.
My son is the biggest.
He's
culprit.
3. He's fine. He's always got his butt out, but no, I just don't get it, man. Especially at my job, that same guy I was talking about, he's known for his butt crack being exposed, and I'm like, bro, it's 9 degrees in here. You don't feel that your butt crack.
I've seen. It's cold here 9 months of the year, and I've seen people same way where they'll go pick something up, and I swear to God, 90% of their ass cheeks are hanging out, and I have the same thought that I'm like, you don't feel that like ice cold wind hitting your cheeks right now?
Exactly. And I'm like,
it's either a level of like I've just accepted that my butt cracks out,
or fine. If they're looking, they shouldn't be looking.
Just completely oblivious to the fact that their ass is out.
Yeah, so I just always thought that was weird, man. Like, cause even if like my boxers slide down a little bit, or if my pants slide down, like I gotta adjust that, like, or my shirt comes untucked. I don't like those feelings, so I'm like, I don't understand how you could just be there, actual butt crack exposed, and you just going about your day. I gotta get this job done.
I gotta go.
Okay. So.
I will say that I love how much insight myself and listeners have on your job.
Okay, yeah, there's gonna be more in the future. Don't you worry.
I just hope that if we blow up your job, just everybody who works there is like, I'm gonna say, hey, I work with him. He's a famous podcaster, and then they're gonna like this guy. No, but yeah, so but
speaking of my job, shout out to one of my favorite coworkers, Sam Whitty, who's the most ridiculous human being I've ever met. He's
he
ridiculous.
Tops me in ridiculousness.
Yeah, he's in the whole nother level, bro. He's hilarious though. Shout out to you, Sam. Hopefully you'll actually listen since I said your name on here.
I think we should bring him on the cast.
He's a little awkward, man. I don't know if he'd want to do it. He's kind of shy, and he's so. But I mean, I'll ask him. I'll absolutely ask him.
Well, we should. Well, yeah. So I think for low tolerances, those are my main ones, like stubbornness, and I hate. And my number one though, we could just literally end it with that is blatant hypocrisy. I get it. We all do it, but I feel like there's a level of hypocrite who knows they're being hypocritical, and their ignorance takes over, and they just don't care. Where. Yeah, I'm aware, okay?
Yeah, we're time. We're pressed for time. Okay. So moving right along, get in the comment sections and let us know what you have a low tolerance for, people.
Bip, 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 bip. Random fact.
Random tandem fandom. So we are currently still in the midst of a pandemic, correct?
Yes.
Even though people are kind of disregarding it at this point?
Yes, I mean, yeah.
Recently, we've discussed body modifications on the podcast and stuff. So this is something that kind of blew my mind. Did you know that the demand for butt implants soared during the pandemic?
Are you shitting me?
I am not.
I was actually, you shitting me? Butt implant?
But no. You stretched it. You forced it.
I don't think so. But
So I have a small article here that says the American Society of Plastic Surgeons has released data that shows declines in both minimally invasive and surgical cosmetic procedures as a result of pandemic closures in 2020. Hair transplants declined, Botox and fillers remain the most popular overall, but the biggest riser was butt implants, up 22% from 970 to 1,179. Dermatologists point to a homebound stagnation, modern day secretary speed, or a flattening of the buttocks. And let's not forget Instagram.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Seeing the higher, tighter, rounded assets on social media, or that was great how they did that.
That was clever.
Or any number of reality distractions had patients scheduling procedures. So yeah, basically, people was at home and was like, "Oh, I'm kind of flat in the back," but all these chicks on Instagram, I think that's what it is.
So much time spending
Spending so much time on Instagram and whatever else, seeing all these girls, who got the BBLs and all that, all shapely with these big round butts and stuff, and it's unfortunate.
People are gonna think I was doing squats during quarantine.
Like that. Why not go that route? Like you were in the house all that time. Why not? You can naturally.
Why not take the easy way? I guess.
Yeah, like
might as well get your stimulus. I bet it's one stimulus a cheek.
It might be.
I got one. I got my first butt cheek. I'll get my next one next to me. Sitting lopsided. Lopsided everywhere you go.
One flat cheek, the other one's just.
No, I get my next cheek next week.
Yeah, I'm waiting on another cheek. I ain't got the rest of the money. No, but it's weird, man. It's unfortunate because all these girls are going for this same shape as these Instagram models, and it's like not everybody's meant to have no big old butt. Not everybody's meant to have an hourglass shape.
To me, any kind of body modification should look somewhat natural.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah, and that's when they did a good job.
Yeah, exactly. And then the ones when it's just obvious, and I feel like you said there's some people in general that might get, like you said, butt implants that you're like, obviously, like that don't look right.
Yeah, like it's like
little toothpick legs and a fucking big old scrawny butt.
Yeah, it's not a good look. So yeah, that's the random fact of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Get in the comment section and let us know what you think about butt implants and body modifications and enhancements.
All right, so
our last topic.
Last on the docket is being left on red. We've all been there. We've all done it. I'm probably the king of leaving people on red.
This dude leaves me on red frequently.
I'm bad at it.
And like it's usually not a big deal. Like if we're just talking about something, you don't respond.
I leave you on red though, and like I've never left you on red ignorantly. Like I'll say, hey, come over, and you'll say, okay, and then you'll say, hey, I'm on my way, and I just won't respond. And then
that is absolutely leaving me on red. Well, you know why? Because I need confirmation, Nick. I'm an overthinker. So if I don't get an all right when I say I'm on my way, I might not come over here. Okay, I might be.
Well, you've come over every time to date, so
I might, because you never know what happens. Like you might have fell asleep, or something came up with your business, or
I think I would tell you.
I don't know that, but no, I feel like that, that stuff doesn't hurt my feelings. So
yeah, there's
like
again,
it's just like this dude, but like there's definitely levels. I feel like when you're getting to know someone, like in the early stages, if they leave you on red every so often, whatever, But if it's like I feel like if it's somebody you've spent some time with and you've built a rapport with, that's when it hurts to get left on red.
And also we live in a society now, in an era where getting caught leaving somebody on red is easy.
Yeah.
Here's a literal example. Like 2 weeks ago, I texted a friend twice asking them something specific.
Yeah.
Got ignored, posted something on Snapchat, and they viewed my Snap story.
That's happened to me.
But I was like, yo, you obviously saw my questions in my text message, and you're on your phone. You looked at my Snapchat, and like you said, that's when it legit hurt feelings.
Yeah, it kind of feels disrespectful because it's like, bro, you couldn't just take a couple minutes to respond to me, but you looking at my Snap. Like I just always thought that was, like I said, if it's the early stages of just getting to know somebody, or just, just meeting them or whatever. It doesn't sting so bad. 'Cause it's like, okay, we don't, the way I think is like anybody giving me their time is a privilege. Like I'm not entitled to anyone's time. Yeah, so I won't, if I just start talking to a girl, she leaves me on red. It's not going to upset me because, we're just, getting to know each other. Now, if we spent time with each
and
other,
also if it habitually happens.
Yeah, if it's a habitual thing and we've like spent time with each other and like been intimate and like really are building a rapport, well, you do it then it's gonna hurt. Then I'm gonna have an issue with it. Like I have a story I can tell. I'll say for another episode of the podcast where a girl left me on red and like got mad at me for like being upset by it. Like
yeah, that doesn't make sense. You ignored me and it bothered me.
Yeah, she was like, oh, can I just have the day to myself? I'm like, what? Like, if you don't feel like talking today, just say that. Like, I just feel like it's always the better option to just be like, hey,
I agree.
I'm not in the mood to really chat today. Can I hit you up later? Or, because if somebody hit me with that, my only response is going to be, well, I appreciate you letting me know. Whenever you're ready, I'll be here, or just hit me up when you're ready.
I do. This is a centric thing we talk about on the cast, but communication. And
Absolutely,
that is 100% that.
It's vital.
Which I'm working on myself. My biggest problem with leaving people on red is, this very well now. I'm a space cadet, bro.
Yeah.
I don't purposely leave people on red often. Now, sometimes I do. I sometimes purposely, or like purposely don't answer a messenger message because I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk like right now. But when I leave people on red, I'll be, say, driving to work. I'll get a text message, see who it is, and want to be safe and think to myself, I'll respond when I get to my destination. And by the time I get there, that text might as well have happened 40 years ago. No recollection of it. Yeah, and because I'll have opened it and read the question, and I just won't remember.
Yeah.
And then, but the funny thing about it is, to me, just with me being a scatterbrain, I'll see the text and think what my response is, and then they'll call me out, and I'll be like, "What do you mean?"
Bruh,
like,
same. You took mine. You took mine. I accidentally leave people on red one of two ways. If I leave somebody on red, it's either one of these two things. One, I'm like really like hypercritical in how I'm thinking of my response, so I'm overthinking. So I'm like, no. And let me think. Maybe it'll come to me, and then I just never respond. Like never. So I'll type something out, but never hit send. And then it's like I'll just think of it and then never actually put it in the text message and send it. So, I never purposely leave anybody on red for the most part. I will say one of my coworkers, Jaron, shout out to you, Jaron. He sends me wild shit through Messenger and sometimes text message. So if I'm in a public place, I'm like not gonna.
Yes,
open it, I don't know.
I have friends like that too. Where I'm not opening this. If I see a Snapchat video, I'm not opening it.
Not in public, no.
Not in public.
Y'all ain't getting me with the sexual harassment or whatever.
Not me, not today.
Public, what is it? Public indecency, I think?
Yeah.
So they ain't getting me with that.
Yeah, no, but it sucks. Like just being left on red. And
it does not feel good. But like I said, it's only really bad if there's feelings involved for me personally.
I guess it's kind of ironic that we talked about low tolerance and I brought up hypocrisy because I am a little bit of a hypocrite there. I'm very much the kind of guy that I hate being left on red, feel it's really disrespectful, but also leave people on red. To defend myself, 95% of the time, maybe more, it's not intentional. I don't mean to leave people on red.
You're a goddamn liar.
So it just happens sometimes. And you can attest to this, bro. I'm a very busy man. I really am.
Yeah, he's actually joining the FAP Olympics.
Mm-hmm. And that's the training for that.
Yeah,
can you imagine?
It's serious, man. It's serious.
I'm getting the gold this year, bro.
Yeah, I think you'll do well in the Fleshlight Games. Okay, so I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, that's the perfect note to
Ladies and gentlemen, get in the comment section and let us know what you think about our half-hour episodes and also how you feel about being left on red.
Yeah, and any stories that you've been left on red or
maybe you left somebody on red. Maybe why you did. We're interested to hear that. So I'm gonna get in the comment section and definitely be responding if anybody decides they want to interact with us. So do it. It'll help us grow.
Woo! All right, guys. So that's the first half an hour episode. I mean, we went over by a couple minutes, but I feel like we did it pretty.
Yeah, shut up. Judge your mom.
All right. So you have been tuned into another episode of the Young Old Heads podcast. I'm Nicholas Fletcher.
I'm Jaquan Davis.
This is a semi-hip-hop centric podcast where we talk a little bit about everything and a whole lot about nothing.
Did you just have like a mental thing where you like patted yourself on the back?
Yeah, because I nailed it.
Because you said it
I
right,
nailed
so
it.
you should have just kept rolling.
Damn.
Yeah. So eat more chicken.
No. Well, I guess
Take your vitamins and say your prayers.
And also try the veggie chicken nuggets. Give them a shot.
They're actually really good. And this is coming from somebody who's very carnivorous. And also make sure you're drinking enough water, people.
Yeah. All right. We love you. Bye.
Peace.